applied rosemary water, rosemary oil to my braids, and this happened. You guys need to stay tuned to the end of this video because I don't want you to fall victim. I don't want you to experience what I experienced. I don't want you to feel a certain way when you apply rosemary water and rosemary oil to your braids. So stay tuned to the end of this video.
You can bank on it, you can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I'll stamp on it. In a private plane, I'll lamp on it.
So guys, I actually made Brazilian wool braids, and I'll try and put a video in this clip. So the day I made it and all the hair was all fine, all luscious, it was giving what it was supposed to give, and I decided to start my rosemary water and rosemary oil journey. That was actually like the first time I was using the rosemary mixture on my hair while on braids, right? So what I did was, after I made the rosemary water and I made the rosemary oil, I decided to be spraying it directly on my scalp. I did not spray it on the Brazilian wool itself. I did not spray it on the length of my hair. I sprayed it only on my scalp. Reason being that the growth I'm going to have is going to be from my scalp. Anything that has to do with hair growth is from your scalp, right? So you need to focus solely on your scalp. That was why I sprayed the water on my scalp and I applied the oil also on my scalp. And I was doing it frequently. I tried my best to be up to date. I tried to follow the whole thing judiciously, right? And the results were amazing. Like, you could see the growth on my scalp. It brought out my hair, it grew out my hair. I was in awe with the results. People keep saying, oh, can I use it on my braids? How can you spray it while on braids? It's only when you are on a style that does not have any form of attachment, that's just like your natural hair. No. Whether you're on natural hair, whether you're on braids, whether you're on locks, whatever it is, just focus on your scalp and you're good to go. Because anything that has to do with hair growth is from your scalp. Then breakage is from the tip of your hair. So when I started, I was spraying the mixture 2 to 3 times weekly, and I was also applying the oil 2 to 3 times weekly, and I ensured I moisturized my hair after each application, right? Don't spray this mixture without moisturizing your hair afterwards. Don't use the oil without moisturization, and I moisturize using leave-in conditioner. So when you want to use it on your braids, like I said, focus on your scalp and also moisturize your scalp. That was how I did it, and it worked perfectly for me. I saw like the tremendous growth, and that was when I believed that rosemary water, rosemary oil works wonders. And that is why I have been recommending it to my followers, I've been recommending it to my subscribers and all. It was from that moment onward that I was just telling myself that this is actually working. I need to tell people more about it. And people have been giving their testimonies on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube and different platforms that it actually works. But you need to know the do's and don'ts while using this mixture. So let's start with the do's, right? For the water, ensure that you put the water in your fridge to prevent it from growing microbes and growing bad, right? You also need to try as much as possible to boil water and pour it into your herbs, and don't boil it directly on the heat, right? Don't put it in a pot and boil it, because the volatile substance in it can evaporate and you will lose active constituent of the plant, right? But when you boil the water and you pour it into the mixture and you cover it, you would at least save a large percentage of the active constituent that will be responsible for your hair growth, right? And the water, try as much as possible not to leave it at room temperature, meaning don't leave it anywhere in your room, don't leave it anywhere that is exposed, always keep it in the fridge. And you should pair it with your rosemary oil. And also, when you want to apply it directly on your scalp. And if you don't have any form of attachment like your locks or your Brazilian wool and the likes, you can still spray a bit of it on your hair strand, but don't make it to be too much. Don't spray it in large quantities, because the cloves in the mixture can be drying to your hair strand, so you need to spray it at minimal. But that doesn't mean you should not spray it on it at all. Just spray it at minimal to avoid breakage. And like I used to say, moisturize your ends, moisturize your scalp, everything goes, right? So for the oil, you can keep the oil at room temperature. You don't need to put that one in the fridge at all. It can stay in a cool, dry place, right? Once you do that, ensure that you apply the oil also directly on your scalp and use it in frequency. When I started, I was using it 2 to 3 times weekly when I started, but now I'm applying it 4 to 5 times weekly. So you can start by applying it 4 to 5 times weekly to see like a tremendous growth, right? But regardless, don't use it every day. Don't use this mixture every day, because too much of anything is bad. That's what I keep saying over and over. Like I always say, consistency is key. Don't use it once in a week and expect to see like drastic results. Don't use it once in a month and expect to see like your overall growth improve tremendously. You need to be consistent with this mixture. Like I said, 4 to 5 times weekly. That means you're going to spray it 16 to 20 times in a month, and you apply the oil 16 to 20 times in a month. And for this period, ensure you moisturize every time. You know, I'm very emphatic on the word moisturization. That's because when your hair starts to break, you will start blaming it on the mixture, not knowing that it's due to your lack of moisturization. That is why your hair is breaking tremendously, right? And if you notice that regardless of how much you moisturize, it is still breaking your hair, stop using the mixture, right? If you know that it is showing any adverse effect on your scalp or your hair at large, just stop using the mixture. It is not a must you pull through with it. You can just try out other Ayurvedic herbs that will work perfectly for your hair. I'm just, sharing my experience with this mixture, and overall I've been loving it. I've recommended it for my brother. Like I said in my other video, he's using it for his beards and also to grow his edge line and his hairline, right? So yeah, I just hope that you would also use it, and tell your friends and family about this page. Like I'll keep saying, we talk about hair growth, we talk about mixtures, we talk about workable substances that you can use on your hair to see like amazing results. So for those of you that have been asking me on TikTok, most especially, I've been getting that question: can I spray it on my braids? Can I apply it on my braids? Focus on your scalp. Focus on your scalp, because that is where majority of your growth comes from. That is where your overall growth actually comes from. Not just majority, but all your growth comes from your scalp. So take care of your scalp. Ensure that you use it as a leave-in treatment, meaning you don't wash it off after you apply it. Once you spray the rosemary water, don't wash it off. Once you apply the rosemary oil, don't wash it off. Leave it in to do the work. The only time you are free to wash your hair is on your wash days, right? So if you're the type of person that wash your hair bi-weekly, that's like every 2 weeks, you should wash the mixture off your hair every 2 weeks. Not that you apply it now and within few minutes you wash it off. No, wait for the 2 weeks mark and you wash it off. Or if you're the type that wash your hair after protective styles, wait till the end of your protective style before you wash the mixture off your hair, right? That way it would work better. That way you will see more results. It is a leave-in treatment and not a wash-off treatment. I hope we have established that fact, right? You can write it down somewhere so that when you start using the mixture, you know that you're supposed to leave it in. And if you're looking for tutorials on how to do the rosemary oil, I have detailed tutorials in my ebook, and the link is in the description box. Click the link in the description box. You will learn a lot of things like length retention, the best routines to have for your hair, your protein treatment, how often you should use it, how to treat dandruff and itchy scalp, how to grow out your edges, and lots more. Don't forget, click the link in the description box. And for those of you that have not watched majority of my videos, please do so that I can reach my 4,000 watch hours. And for those of you that have been watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing, thank you so much. It means a whole lot to me. Tell your friends about this page, and I will definitely see you in my next. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell people about this page, and yeah, see you in my next, and bye guys.
You can bank on it, you can put 100 grand on it. Anything I said, I'll stamp on it. In a private plane, I'll lamp on it. Lele oh, then they call me Bankole, cause I walk around with the bank on it. Show them Gangnam Style, put the gang on him.